We lost you for a bit there, folks.
Not a little bit. Nah.
Some difficulties after 6 months away? I don't understand it. I never had any difficulties from my basement. Apart from the fact it was my basement. But
Yeah, now Leona's back behind the curtain.
yep. Boo.
Leona's like, yes!
Boo. We need to get a little camera for you.
Just a little one.
Or should I? Yep. That would be good. Yeah. Excellent. But yeah, I think maybe we should do that next week, do the giveaway.
Yeah, we'll do the dragon giveaway
The
next
dragon.
week. Gives me incentive.
Yep.
I can get a little hustle going. Figure out a fun hashtag.
I think if we tried to rush it, you wouldn't be as happy. Yeah. So.
I'm just gonna be happy to send it off to whoever's. I always say that they're painted with all of my love and affection, and I don't know if I can say that.
Well, I'm not saying that you have to still be painting it next week, but I think it'd be handy. But I am still painting Nurgle guys. So I'm painting this dude. This is Vulgar Thrice Cursed. I can't even get his name right.
So I take it he's been cursed.
He has been cursed 3 times. You can tell because he has 3 heads.
Did they just was it the same person who was cursing him, or was it just like 3 different people who are like, you know what we could do to this guy to make his life even harder?
Curse him again.
Curse him again. Another head.
That's a really good question. I don't know. I'll have to research that. I'll come back next week.
Because I feel like that's
and let
just
you
a very
know.
specific form of cursory going on there.
Yes, it is very particular. I'm not sure. I suspect we shouldn't ask him. He looks like he'd tear your head off rather than let you know.
I would want to ask him. That doesn't scare me. Why are your curses the same? Was it the same person? Did you just...
What's the deal? How did this work? Let me know.
How many times are you going to step behind a donkey, my friend?
But yes. No, I've been, I think the last month and a half, I've been painting some Nurgle guys. And I brought some in so that we could stick them on the spinner.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, we have a spinner again. That's right.
Yep, we do have a spinner. Hooray! And the owner will find the button to bring up the spinner. I think. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. So yes, you can tell the batteries are dying. They're the same ones we've had in there for the last 3 years.
They're holding on.
It's been on this whole time.
The whole quarantine?
The whole quarantine. It's been spinning. It's amazing. But yeah. So these are some of the Plague Marines that I've been painting. Converted up and painted. I remember when I started working on these, I was talking about doing like a bug carapace kind of feel.
Yeah.
The light's a little bit intense, but yeah, pretty happy with how they've turned out. So I finished the first 7 of the squad. And I brought in some other models to show as well. Some MALIFAUX infected models. So these are the nightmare hulks that run around with this guy, with Vulgar. Yep. So they look pretty wild. But I've had a lot of fun with the sort of expanses of what do you call it? My mind's gone blank. Expanses of sort of that pale flesh, the bruised flesh, the damaged and beaten flesh, and the all of the guts coming out, all that sort of stuff. So the owner's just messing around with our messages at the moment. But oh, and she's found a way to make it bigger. How's that, Gretchen? Can you see those?
I can read. I'm gonna come in with glasses one day, and you're gonna be like, finally.
Yep. Excellent. Just to say, there's Johnny. Hey, Johnny says, welcome back. I missed you guys. We missed you too, Johnny.
We missed you too.
We missed you too.
We missed everyone.
Gretchen hasn't missed Johnny as much as I have, because Gretchen's been playing games with Johnny on occasional Tuesday,
I do play
Tuesday
games.
afternoons. But Spider-Man says, I started watching this when they're in their respective homes. I don't know how to adapt without Leona on the screen. I gotta say that from our respective homes, we don't know how to adapt to back without Leona on the screen. But somebody says, pay no attention to the Leona behind the curtain.
Leona fixes everything.
Yep. Yay!
And just deserves all of the respect.
Yes. It's very cool. Okay, Timothy Moore says it just got kicked several times. Kicked out, I guess, of the stream.
No.
So hopefully it is back to working now. Twitch seems stable now, even though it was a little bit wonky at start. Oh, Roger Moore says, okay, the YouTube seems to be balked. That doesn't sound good.
Oh, no.
Hopefully that was from a few minutes ago. And Chris Ross says, looking good. Good to see you all back at the studio. Thanks, Michael. And Leona, where are you? She's hiding. She's hiding back out in the control room. Over there. Over that way. So, but yes, it'll be kind of weird, kind of strange for us for a little while. So bear with us, please.
As we fix everything.
Yeah. Until we get it all straight again, and we get kind of back into the rhythm of like talking with other people in the room.
I know.
Rather than just being like.
I can see the perfectly coiffed hair now. I can experience every furrow of the brow. It's
saying that I often furrow my brow.
And the raise of the brow, I should say.
You're right, though. I do often furrow my brow. But yes, I know it'll be a little bit freaky for people.
I mean, I am also known as a person of many facial expressions. So.
Excellent. But it'll be good. And you won't have your cat wandering around. How's your cat doing, by the way?
He's gonna be giant. He had his first vet appointment and finished up all his little kitten shots.
Right.
And he is, the breeder said he's huge for his age.
Right.
So he's about 9 pounds right now, and he's just barely hitting 6 months old. So he's probably going to be 20, 25 pounds.
Okay.
If he's in shape. If he gets fat, he'll probably be closer to 30.
Okay.
So
You have to make sure you keep him exercised.
then he's just going to be 30 pounds of muscle cat.
Right.
I'm okay with either. But yeah, he's gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be big. He's gonna be a chunk, the chungus among us, and he likes tackling the dog. That's his favorite thing to do right now.
Right. How's the dog doing with him?
How's
the dog doing with being tackled?
He's not sure he likes being tackled.
Right.
But he's very tolerant, and he's not gone after the cat. He's barked once or twice when the cat's a little rough with him. He does tell the cat to behave occasionally if the cat's too rough. But I would much rather him bark and let the cat know, hey, you're being too rough with me, than I would him actually develop an unfriendly relationship with the cat.
Right. That's good.
So,
That's good. But generally, the cat is taking those cues from the dog?
Oh, yeah. He runs away, and then he waits for a little bit, and then he comes right back and baps him. He'll run by and bap his face a whole bunch and then keep running.
Right.
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're both good animals.
Excellent.
They lighten the days. Give me something to do whenever I'm stuck at home doing quarantine things.
Very cool. Excellent. Oh, we're missing out. Missing out on some of the chats.
Oh.
I missed them. So we have...
We have a birthday.
Yes. Whose birthday is it?
Jason James. Oh. Happy birthday. It's
Happy
also my best friend's birthday and my other really good friend's birthday.
Right.
Apparently all the cool people were born today. I don't know.
Okay. Radio. Okay, I've been reading the wrong direction. I've been reading from the bottom up. But apparently I shouldn't have been. I should have been reading from the top down. So, excellent. So, we've got well, so Kat has been having problems as well, and Roger. Hopefully it's being fixed soon. Johnny says my audio seems to have a bit of a reverb, some slight echo to it. How about, should I look up to the microphone like this? We'll get that sorted though. Sorry, Johnny.
I'll figure it out.
Hey, Steve.
Johnny's just gonna have to deal with it. There you go.
Is that better? How's that sound, Johnny? Let me know. So yeah, Steve's here. Good to see you, Steve. Byron had to go back to Game Trade Media. What else we got? Of course there's streaming issues, says Jason. It's Jason's birthday. Excellent. Well, happy birthday, Jason. Some key says it sounds like the cat's meow. It sounds terrible when I read out some key's messages, because it should be Leona, the greatest appreciator of the pun.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Kat says you just got the call, picking up her repaired PC this weekend. Huzzah. Jason James says lots of Christmas babies. Yes. You were born in late August. Chances are, we'll let you do the math.
No Christmas baby?
That should be good. What's everybody else working on out there today? People getting some painting in? Have you been able to stay nice and safe and not...
Do we have any viewers in Louisiana?
in Louisiana or Tejas?
Or Texas? I think we have some in Texas. I don't think we have any that I know of
In Louisiana?
in Louisiana. Because I
Must
feel
be
like
nice.
they would have told me by now. They would have been like, ah! Fellow swamp person. But hopefully
We'll
everyone's
find out.
staying safe.
Yep. Fingers crossed. So it looks like it has made landfall last night.
Yes, they merged,
Early this morning.
and the one Lara made landfall, and this morning everyone's been sending out the group texts being like, "We're good."
We're all good. All safe.
Thankfully, because it happens so often, Louisiana is pretty good about having a hold on things.
Right.
So they should, as long as the damage isn't too bad and they get electricity back pretty quick, they should
Should be all right.
be pretty good.
That's
Yeah. There's a whole slew of Cajuns out there with boats called the Cajun Navy that goes out and helps everyone every time there's
Yeah.
some kind of
Those that they were
hurricane.
ready. I think we'll get some shots of that on the news tonight.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And we're supposed to get all the rain from it that gets blown up this weekend, is what I heard.
Yep. I heard that too.
So,
But
Lots
thankfully
of-
not the full brunt. So,
no, it should cool us down quite nicely, actually.
all right. Yeah.
We should get nice, cool fall weather afterwards. Get rid of all the humidity in the air. It'd be nice.
That's not going to happen. This is Baltimore. But yeah. What do we got? Johnny says, I think there's a button pressed on the soundboard. Did you see that, Leona?
Yeah, I can.
It's a next week thing. Okay. Does that mean I have to sit here for like 2 or 3 hours afterwards, and go, hey. Oh, okay. We're going to talk about what other people are working on. Steve says he's trying to finish up my Yanlo MALIFAUX crew before the end of the month.
Ooh.
I have to ask you, Steve, did you lose Yanlo's beard? Did it go flying off? Or were you able to keep it controlled while you're assembling him? That should be good. Roger says no more Legend of Drizzt. I'm priming the mechs for Scythe next. Okay, cool. That would be good.
Isn't
and then
it
the
nice
characters
when
for Scythe.
you're able to just finish a project?
Yeah.
I've always been lucky because I just speed paint everything on this show.
Right.
Because I'm like, I gotta finish it. So I get instant gratification. This is the longest I've ever had to like paint a mini. And I'm like, oh, where's my instant sticker of done? Where's...
That is kind of crazy. But, I'm going to put up one other model up on the spinner here. And this is one that I've got coming up. I'm going to be working on it soon. All as part of this big Death Guard Plague Marine army that I'm having a lot of fun working on. It's... curses. It's too big for the camera. What if I tilt the camera up a little bit? There we go. So this is my conversion for a fetid bloat drone for the Plague Marines. Sorry about that. Our monitor keeps cutting out. Maybe that storm's rolling in already. We just can't tell. But yeah, so this big crazy fly, armored fly looking thing will hopefully be able to buzz around the battlefield and cause problems for my opponents. But yeah, does it look evil enough?
I would not want to see that on the battlefield.
Nope.
I can... That much I know.
Well, this is kind of like the ones that you get in Outback Australia.
I hear those are very extreme.
Very extreme. They are very extreme. This one's 1-to-1 for that scale. The Australian flies. All good.
Just how everything is in Australia.
Yeah.
I still want to go to Australia. Even though I'm terrified of spiders, like, I feel like it would be worth it.
To go to Australia?
Yes.
It would, definitely.
I think it would be very fun. I want to swim with sharks. I feel like that's a place I could do that.
Yep.
I want to...
I'm just going to say, I lived there for 28 years, and in that time, not once did I get bitten by a spider.
I know I've been bitten by spiders, but I just pretend I haven't been. I actually, I've never been stung by a bee or any other flying insect in 29 years. So, woo. They like me. They're nice. I've taken bees off of people who are allergic, and I have just sent them on their way. Like, bonding, yes.
And then, of course,
like, Gretchen, the bee whisperer.
The hive mind sends out the signal and lets all the others know.
Well, you know, there was a kid who used to throw spiders at me in elementary school, and I would catch bees, and I would throw bees at him.
Right.
Because I was scared of spiders, but I wasn't scared of bees.
Right. Nice.
And you get what you give. But yeah, I tend to like mosquitoes and spider bites and whatnot. I tend to have pretty strong reactions to them. So
right.
Nope, not my jam.
That's fair.
But me and the bees have an arrangement. Like,
okay,
we're good. They like me. I like them. I eat honey. It's
all good.
They're acceptable.
Cool. Just looking at the comments. Steve said, nope, he didn't lose Yanlo's beard. It's the second time he's putting together, so he was ready. He's prepared for that.
What happened
danger.
the first time?
I'm guessing the first time it might have flown off the corner or at least disappeared somewhere on the desk. But, yeah. What do we got? Roger says, I need to learn how to do that, Gretchen. That's the plan for Scythe. So I guess he's talking about the learning how to just get sort of stuck in and finish really fast, finish the model in a show.
It's called
or 2 models in a show.
Focusing.
So hopefully that's
I have
that.
ADHD.
I don't want to talk about the first
Nice.
That's fair. I hate putting things together. Dave always helps put things together. Johnny helps put things together. I'm not good at it, and it scares me. And I even had a dream once, like a terrifying dream where I was trying to put together little pieces of a model, and I kept breaking pieces, and my friend who's like really into building some of the models was there, and he was just like, why can't you do it?
Why can't
the
you do
whole
this?
time.
It's so easy. It's so easy. Why can't you do it?
And he was like, and he was trying to be supportive. I was like, I can't do it. I can't. And it just would keep breaking.
That's amazing that you had an anxiety dream about that.
About building models.
Yeah. That's wild. Andrew Hepworth says he's working on an Imperial Knight, but in the spirit of the conversation, it's been a work in progress for months. Nice work, Andrew.
We need to give everyone, it's been quarantine, it's been pandemic, like, you know,
Yep.
everyone gets like a little freebie pass.
Oh, totally. Totally. Nobody will judge you by your 2020 projects.
Like, it's supposed to be a relaxing.
Yep. Oh, Spider-Man says nice conversion. Byron said he thought that this was from the Dark Crystal. It has that sort of feel a bit, I think. Andrew says lovely conversion. Roger says yes, there are some rather nasty spiders there. Talking about Australia, I guess. Funnel web is the one not to mess with. This is true. I think I've mentioned it before on the show, but the full name of the funnel web spider is the Sydney funnel web spider, because the only place it's found is
Sydney, Australia?
is where people decided to build the largest city in Australia. So, yes.
You know.
Leona, do you want to read out some quiz line? Nope.
Can you guys hear me?
It's the bee's knees.
It's the bee's knees.
Everyone
likes-
misses you, Leona. Leona needs at least a mic. Need more comments from the peanut gallery. And Kat says, love Gretchen and Dave, but I miss Leona. Please mic her.
Yes.
I'm getting a new mic.
Leona just said she's getting a new mic. You might have been able to hear her through her mask. But
We are
yes.
being safe. We're only unmasked because we have the big wall of plexiglass between us.
This is true. But also, a notice on there, Facebook user, nice, I like the new camera setup. Apparently, if you go to, if you let StreamYard access your Facebook profile, is that how it's done? Yep. So if you let StreamYard access your Facebook profile, we can see who you are. Rather, because on the screen at the moment, for us, it just comes up as Facebook user. So, what else we had? Excellent. And Roger says that is the very bad one. The male one is actually more poisonous. For the funnel web, that is.
I don't like any spiders. I respect them. Like,
Sure,
you don't...
yeah.
I'm not the kind of person, even though I'm terrified of them, I'm not the person who's like, kill it, kill it, kill it. I have a rule. Like, if we can just, like, get away from it, that's
Right.
also cool.
Yeah.
I just personally can't get close enough to handle any kind of spiders. So, like, I can't kill them, really, because I can't get close. And I can't trap them and move them away. So
Okay.
typically, whoever is, like, handling my terror gets the choice.
Right, okay.
But I have lots of friends that are into wildlife, and they tell me, like, fun facts, which is cool, because I'm not, like when you're not looking at the scary thing or like having it around, they're very interesting as like a species in general, and they're necessary for the environment.
Yep. But you're just not a big fan of
they just scare me.
being with them.
Yeah. Like other bugs don't scare me, but like spiders in general, for some reason having them like there in front of me, something just hits like a very primitive fear.
Right.
Like
okay.
maybe one of my ancestors died by spiders. I don't know. One of them had to fight. One of them was just had an issue and just passed that along to me.
I think it's a fairly common kind of instinctive reaction.
Yeah, but it's not with like other bugs. Like the only time other bugs really spook me is if I think they're spiders.
Right.
But yeah, but I know a lot of fun facts because I started off as majoring in school with wildlife.
Okay.
So I had to learn about that which I fear. So,
Cool.
but yeah. How about when the house looks in your window?
Who said that one?
I don't know. How about when the house looks in my window? Like house who? House what?
I don't know.
But Roger agrees with me. Spiders are just not pleasing to look at. They're scary. They're spooky.
Yeah, there is that.
They can, but they're currently I prefer the spiders in my basement to the rat eating all my garden. So.
Okay. There, rats eating your garden?
I have a rat in my garden. I've been calling them Templeton, and they live under my neighbor's shed.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, my house is rat free, thankfully. He could not live in my house because not only do I keep it clean, but we have the cat and the dog.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
David!
Oh.
But sadly, like, because he lives in my neighbor's shed, he, just kind of bides his time during the day, and then in the very early morning is when I typically see him. He'll go out into my garden and he'll take a singular bite out of every strawberry and every blackberry.
Right.
I have had one strawberry from my garden, and I have had one blackberry from my garden so far. Of course, like the herbs and the peppers he leaves alone because naturally they don't really like them.
Yep. That's a shame.
But none of the sweet stuff have I been able to get. And I would not feel comfortable leaving a trap out or anything like that because it is the outdoors, it's wildlife, it's
Sure.
if he's in my house, all bets are off. Like, Templeton is not allowed in my house. But I would not feel comfortable putting anything outside that could potentially harm wildlife.
Right.
Because I have had quite a few people ask me why don't I just set traps out for him. And the answer is because I'll probably catch birds or other things. And one day, Templeton will mess up, and the owl who lives in the woods will get him.
We'll get him. Right.
I've seen the owl too. It was in the daytime and he was on the ground looking a little drunk, but I'm hoping the owl gets himself together.
Day drinking owl.
He just needs to get himself together, and there's just a very nice fat rat ready
and waiting for him once he's got his act together.
It's all up to you, owl friend.
Excellent.
Counting on you.
That's funny.
I haven't seen any foxes or anything in the neighborhood, so I don't think I can depend on them.
Right. Probably not.
Byron, is the video real with the spider waving? Which one? Because you can get spiders that will spiders are actually really smart. Like, and tarantulas I don't even think are technically part of the arachnid family. They're like adjacent to it,
Tarantulas?
I think. But like tarantulas and other spiders and stuff are really smart.
Yep.
And
just before it disappears, I want to point out that Sumke said that spiders have a real leg up on insects.
But Yeah, they, you can actually train them. You can train them to do things. They interact with their environment. You can have a laser pointer and they'll chase the laser pointer around, kind of like a cat, like certain hunting spiders.
Okay.
If that's the type of spider they are. I have like just enough spider knowledge from my one class to be like, I know slightly more than the average person. But beyond that, I really know nothing. And if you're that interested in spiders, I implore you to look up information on your own, because most of what I remember is because I fear them so much. It sticks with you. I had the entire same class talked about roly-polies and pill bugs and crustaceans and whatnot, because pill bugs are actually kind of closer to crustaceans on the evolutionary. They're similar.
Yeah.
And like I can't remember any of that as well because I don't fear. I don't fear them.
You don't fear roly-polies?
No.
How can you not fear roly-polies? They're the most frightening thing out there. Of course, that's not true. That's not true.
But
I can totally see how you wouldn't fear roly-polies. But yeah, no, that does explain why you remember the spider stuff.
Yeah, I remember so much more because just the horrible fear of. And you'd think I'd be scared of other things like ants. My dad, we were picking something up for him and checking in on him with the pandemic, and out of nowhere he goes, "How come you were swarmed by fire ants so many times as a child?" And I only remember once or twice, but apparently that happened like 4 times as a young child in Louisiana. For those of you who aren't familiar with fire ants, if you go down south enough, the ants get mean. And they hurt when they bite you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, apparently I just have a history of just catching bees, getting swarmed by ants, running from spiders, you know.
That kind of thing.
Living my life. Don't judge me. It is better that I grew up in Louisiana and not Australia, I think. I would have gotten in so much more trouble.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I don't know. You probably would have learned early that...
Not to pay attention.
To not do those things.
I think I only got swarmed by ants because I wouldn't pay attention to where I was walking, and then I would just walk into an anthill.
Right.
As like a young child does.
Yeah. I can see that.
I feel like I can't be the only one.
No, I'm sure you're not.
Oh yeah, Stevie Rogers, like talking about different species. Purida? Yep. Squint. Species are very smart. They hunt other spiders and have demonstrated problem-solving skills. That's terrifying.
That is.
I don't want the spiders to have problem-solving skills. I want them to have a lot of hard times getting into my basement.
That's fair. Excellent. Roger says, this conversation has derailed the normal convo about Dave's hair.
I can get derailed by any wildlife conversations anytime. At a moment's notice.
Moment's notice.
That or dinosaurs. We can bring it back to Dave's hair, though.
We don't.
It's looking very nice today.
We don't have to.
It's not blue anymore, which makes me a little sad.
It's kind of funny because my daughter was like sitting, like her head was right here, right next to me, and she just leaned in and goes, "Daddy, it's still a little bit teal."
Oh.
And I was like, "No, it's not." She was like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, "Okay. If you think it is, that's cool." I think maybe next week I'll go and get my hair cut again.
Eventually I need to get my hair cut. I think I might have my boyfriend help me and just have him See if he can cut like an inch off.
Haven't cut your hair.
Yeah. We'll see.
I think it could be dangerous.
Maybe.
But fun and exciting at the same time.
If it's just like an inch or two, I don't think that'll be a problem.
No.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
I don't think, and if he does mess up, then I'll just get another one like. Oh yeah, scorpions do glow brightly under black light.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm almost done with the tail. Not that you can super tell, because it curves.
One thing you can't quite see on this guy, you might be able to pick it up, but I'm going through and picking out the little pustules on him. You might be able to see it on the actually, yeah. So on this guy, and all of them, I've sort of gone through and where they have the little, he has the little pustules sort of ready to pop. I've hit it with a little bit of a mix of the volupus pink, or volupus pink, and Flesh Terror's red contrast paints. So I've thinned those down a little bit, washed them around that area, and then come back in with a bone sort of mixture. Let me see if I can get that under the camera. There we go. So here I've mixed a little bit of a darker yellow with some with a bone colored paint. So I paint that down as the base coat of that little pustule, and then hit it with a little bit of ivory for the highlight. So it has these kind of disgusting sort of whiteheads on there. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I appreciate how easily you just can figure out how to paint gross things.
Gross things. One of the things that's been really cool with this as well, this whole project with all of these really gross skin tones, is messing around with other colors and pushing other colors into like yellows and greens. So and purples, obviously. So it has a bit of a this one here I haven't put any of the yellows or greens into yet, but it is quite a lot of fun to just change things up a little bit and make areas look bruised or raw and sort of chafed. But yeah. And I try not to think about what I'm painting, so that when I put the paintbrush back in my mouth, I'm not sort of throwing up. It's like, oh, let me just paint that bit of awful.
That bit of gross.
That bit of gross. That terribly gross bit. But there we go. Oh, we do? Excellent. That's cool. I was going to, just on the topic of painting things and then sticking your brush in your mouth, chocolate brown, the Vallejo paint, does not, unfortunately, taste like chocolate. That's my hot tip for you. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at some cool photos from the Facebook page, the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group.
Bam.
Excellent. Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave and I look like we're looking different directions, but I promise you, we are looking at the same screen.
It's just over there. What we actually need is like a 3D drone camera. That'd be great. Cool. Josh has been working on a Genie Afriti. That looks very cool.
I like the blue and the gold.
Yeah, the blue and the gold's looking great, and that little bit of green inside that, like the gold armor plates there, just looks really nice. Works really well with the because the blue's a green blue. It's almost a teal. But yeah, looking really nice. I'm curious as to what's on the other side of that shield. What's on the flat side of the shield? But looking great, Josh. Very nice. Nope, that's cool. So Jeff has finished up the Kickstarter exclusives from Munchkin's Box of Holding. These look cool. These are a lot of fun things there, and he painted them up so they look a lot, just so much like the art.
I love how bright everything is.
Yeah.
Nice and bright and colorful.
That dragon is super cool. Those the little the black lining between the segments on the belly.
Just delightfully cartoony and graphic.
Yep. They look really good. Nice work, Jeff. That looked great. That's good. Oh, Josh has been working on Gut Rot Spume. So this is another Nurgle model.
Ooh. I like the gold on the tentacles.
That is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, that's interesting. I can't pinpoint what kind of texture it makes me think of.
It's just kind of like a liquid gold.
Yeah.
Like remember that scene in The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, where he gets the liquid gold dumped on him.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's saying to me. But no, this looks great, Josh. I do love that sort of blending through those tentacles. Looking really nice. And the decay on the metal looks really, really cool. And the basing's great too. He's nice and super elevated there. Looking good. We should just let everybody know that at the same time the owner is also playing a game of solitaire. Just off to the side. With actual cards though. Because she's old school. Mike, this is his very first mini. Very cool, Mike.
Very good.
Yep, looking good. You've got some highlighting in there on the cloak and the tabard down the front. I'm not sure if that sort of the spell. It looks like a spell effect on the right hand there. I'm not sure if that started out green or if you painted that green. But I like that the green is very much a yellow green.
Yeah.
Which is working beautifully with that purple. But yeah, I think this is a great first mini. Very nice. The next thing to practice, Mike, is in those lines where where two parts of a model meet. And just getting in there and practicing making those nice and smooth. But yeah. This is from a year ago? Mm-hmm. So you've really dived deep into the...
No. He posted his first mini.
Okay.
Like from a year ago.
Oh,
So he painted it a year ago,
improved.
and now he's posted it. I get it. My
yeah,
bad.
I want to see it next to the improvement. It's been a year. Come
I'm
on,
confused.
Mike. Paint something.
Yeah. Excellent. Cool. Okay. Graham's been painting giant maggots from Reaper Miniatures.
Who doesn't want to paint giant maggots?
I got to tell you that these giant maggots look awesome. Very excited about them. But particularly the one on the left there with the kind of fleshy, maggoty kind of feel. On these models have a lot of like tiny maggots on them. Actually, I'll pop one up on the spinner so we can have a look at it after we run through these. But yeah, Graham's done a great job there. They are super gross. Nice one.
I like the shine on them.
Yep. Oh, David's been painting up some Aeronautica Imperialis. So these planes are pretty small. They're maybe about like 2 or 3 inches long, or 2 or 3 inches on the wingspan. And but yeah, I love this scheme. It's sort of like almost purplish blue.
It is a like glowing kind of purpley blue, like very, very what, cobalt? Is that
It's very sort of in your face. Yeah, it's an aggressive purple blue.
I like it.
Purple.
You would know who, like, you'd know what fleet that belonged to at first sight, though.
Yep, definitely. I think they look very cool. You got the fighters at the front, the bombers at the back. But yeah, I think that that sort of bone and the purple blue work really well together. Nice work, Dave. Very cool. And next.
Okay, sorry, wait a second.
Yay! There we go. Chris Gorka's Primaris, DEATHWATCH Primaris Captain.
That's
That
a
looks very
lovely
cool, Chris.
cape.
Hmm?
The gradient on the cape there.
Yep, gradient on the cape looks awesome. The sword as well looks very nice. I think I saw this on the group yesterday, and I was wondering about the crest. So, Chris, you need to. I know you're not in the chat at the moment, but you need to tell us where that crest came from. I'm not sure if it's originally on the model. It might be. But yeah, looking really good, and I like that the red crest, the red tabard, and also the sort of purplish, almost magenta rope that's staying sort of going across there, all sort of bring the focus to the head,
Yeah.
to the face there. So, but yeah, looking good, Chris. Nice work. John started work on a crab, and I'm not sure if Gretchen or if you or the owner saw my comment in the group.
No, I did
And I
not.
said the Marylander in me wants to reach for the mallet and the Old Bay.
I did, I saw that. Great.
So yeah, obviously, I mean, with the red there, it's already been cooked. So
Yeah.
it's just ready to be cracked open. I'm gonna flip that over and
There's no seasoning on
apart.
that crab, though.
what's that?
So there's no seasoning on that crab.
There isn't. No, we need some extra seasoning. But no, it's looking good, John. I think yeah, I'm liking the gradient there as well. Looking very cool. And that's a fair. Looking at the, sorry, if you can just go back for a second, Leona. Looking at this, the Masterson's wet palette that is below it there, I think that crab's pretty small.
Yeah.
That's probably maybe like an inch across, if that. But yeah, looking good, John. Nice work. Robert has been working on this Reaper ASPIS Consortium agent. She looks very cool. There's a bit of the sort of sneaking around kind of feel to that pose.
I think she might have stolen what's in her hand.
That's possible. That's possible. It's or she's sort of looking to get somebody's autograph. Hey, maybe if I can sneak up on them in that cafe over there. But looking good. I like the variety of the sort of leather colors. It's like the boots and the pants and the top. They look very cool. But no, really nice. And I think the hair color as well.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's not garish blonde.
not garish blonde, yeah. But it's nice. It's got a bit of that straw feel to it. But yeah, looking good, Robert. Nice work. Oh, Louise painted up first MALIFAUX mini. And this one looks great. Very cool. I think the your highlighting on this, Louise, is awesome. I think I've spoken before about my friend Matthew Fontaine, who talks about when he's painting models, painting them in spheres, where you have small spheres, which are part of a larger sphere, and so you kind of all sort of flesh out there. So this one's working very much in that sort of region. So I think particularly like if we were to look at the skirt at the back, I'm sure that the shading as you get towards the bottom of that skirt would be spectacular. But yeah, really nice work, Elizabeth. And I love the basing too. It's got that
Yeah.
it's kind of that sort of woody feel on there with the and also those leaves are birch seeds. the like pods from birch seeds.
Yeah.
They can be tough to get, I think, because of their what's the word? Sort of their organic nature. But you used to be able to buy them a lot, buy them from hobby stores and so on. But definitely look good. So next up we have Aaron's. Is this the boulette?
Yes.
It is. Hooray!
I painted
finally.
one.
You painted?
I have painted one
Better
before.
landed?
Mine was
Cool.
blue though because it's like a shark thing.
Right.
So I did a very oceany theme. This one is a lot more leaning into the fact that it is in the dirt and it is going to eat you.
Right. Is this one around the bottom? Has the dirt.
Yes.
Sort of coming, basically, it is
and
bursting
it's like
up
coming,
out of the hole.
Yeah, and it's gonna get you.
Yeah. No, it's looking good. Looking great, Aaron. I think I'm not sure what else to suggest.
I mean, I love the orange that kind of goes into the yellow bits. Like I think that's a great color for it.
Yep.
Like it looks nice. Maybe I mean, honestly, I can't really think of anything.
I think
Does it have some fun with the base, maybe?
Yeah. I think the only way I'd go from here would be to suggest perhaps a wash, like a brown wash.
Yeah.
Maybe like an Agrax Earthshade from the GW range, or Strong Tone from the Army Painter, on sort of the lower parts of the arms. So like on the inside and in the hand.
Kind of make it look a little dirty.
Just a little dirty, and just to emphasize the contrast between the sort of those areas and those highlights that you've got going on, which look really cool. But yeah, no, it looks great, Aaron. Nice work. Oh,
That looks so cool.
this is cool. The awesome thing about this, I can't remember if I saw it on our group or on the Gaslands group, but Mick actually did a lot of scratch converting, scratch converting here, where the Mini didn't come like that. It didn't have the steam boiler, or the smokestack, or the little piston piece on the wheels.
Yeah.
So he went through and he actually built that with plasticard and plastic tubing and that kind of thing. So I mean, from that regard as well, it looks even crazier. But yeah, really nice work, Mick. You've done a great job on that. And I love the eyes, the headlamps that kind of look like eyes. But yeah, great work. Oh my goodness, this is an old model. This is Old Games Workshop Skulls Promotional Ultramarine. Yeah, so this is from the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And, but yeah, Gavin's done a great job there. Painted them, this guy up in the first company shoulder pad colors. So that white trim around there means he's a veteran. But yeah, and the classic red casing on the bolter. Nice work there, Gavin. Good one. Oh, Brian Bledsoe. Nice work. Good to see you, Brian. The WizKids Giant Ape. What do you think of King Kong here, Gretchen?
10/10, good boy. I like the saliva that is dripping from his canine.
That is pretty cool, isn't it?
That is definitely something I wouldn't have expected to see in a mini. I don't know if that's added on.
I think it is. I think Brian's added it there with, I'm not sure exactly what, but it's possibly with like Uhu glue.
Yeah.
So there's like
But
some
that's
stringy glues
definitely
that- yeah.
like, I think it elevates it, adds the next level of.
Yeah, I love there's just that little pop of color with the in the hair.
Yeah.
At the top. So somebody whose hair is going grey, a little bit of that sort of auburn bit sort of creep in there looks very cool. So yeah, nice work, Brian. That looks great. Oh, Robert's been painting and weathering all the floor tiles for his vault. As we know, Robert is a big fan of Fallout and has loads and loads and loads of post-apocalyptic miniatures. But yeah, this all looks very cool.
That is neat.
Lots of scuffing and then rusting, and scuffed, rusted areas, and all that sort of stuff. And the occasional sort of yellow with hazard striping kind of bits, so you can see.
It might be the apocalypse, but you gotta know the danger.
You gotta know, yeah. You gotta know when you're crossing into the danger zone. But no, looking great, Robert. Nice work. Oh.
That was from last week, remember?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah, when Jeff was on. So the so Games and Stuff, my local friendly local game store, did because of all the conventions that were cancelled this year, they did a retcon T-shirt, 2020 T-shirt. So it has a list on the back of all of the conventions that were cancelled.
That tried.
So yeah, a little bit sad. So I'm not sure if Chris is still in the chat, but yep, there's Chris watching us from Florida. Very cool.
Hopefully, Florida's not getting too much rain.
Not getting too much rain.
I said, hopefully they're not.
Just the usual amount. Every 3 o'clock every day. But excellent. There we have something from Chris. Playfield Paints, a Reaper Miniatures Barrow Rat. That rat looks disgusting.
That looks terrifying.
It does look terrifying, doesn't it?
That rat looks like a naked roll mat rat. That's...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's disgusting. Disgusting. I'm curious about the basing material, though. You have to let us know what... Oh, Chris is still here. He loves the shirt. Rains every day right now, in fact. As I said, I'd be rating at 3. What is it now? 308? Yep. I've been to Florida once or twice. But, yeah, Chris, what did you use for the basing on that? It looks like it's got a really great texture to it. Not sure if it's just sort of a strange grainy flock over the base. But yeah, nice work, Chris. Looks great. Now, Tim Patterson, painting up a Primaris librarian in Phobos armor.
Like that kind of, what is that, seafoam green?
The green?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I think a little bit more intense than seafoam, but it's, yeah, definitely looking cool.
Mint, maybe?
Pardon?
Mint?
No, it's a bit more yellowish than mint. It's probably a bit more yellowish than jade green. I'm not sure if there is a food associated with that. It's not avocado. What was that, Leona?
I feel like Kelly green is more green. Anyways, it's lovely, and you don't normally see it on mints.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, it's looking great, Tim. Very nice. Yeah, love the work on the armor there, and those gloves, sort of orangey brown, is looking very cool too. Nice one. Chris says the flocking is train basing material built up in a few layers. Yeah, looking good. Oh. The look on your face. Classic Gretchen. But yeah, Jeff Fazell's Vampire Liberace.
Listen, I'm just saying, sometimes you just gotta go for the whole whimsy.
Yep. Dive headfirst into the whimsy. And Jeff has done that here. Yep.
Makes it fun.
Very cool. And I do have to say that it has obviously been a long time since I've been out to a bar, because the bottles in the background, they looked like pints of beer. One day. But no, Jeff, that's looking great. Nice work. Oh. Yep, the cards of the town of Twix, so left and so right.
They look so grumpy.
They do,
so
don't they?
grumpy. The
But,
grumpiest guards.
They do look fantastic. No, nice work there, Mike. I'm surprised though that you didn't flip the colors on the little tilting shield. up by the shoulder, up on the shoulder.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah. But at the same time, it might not have meant it to be an absolutely a left and a right. It might have just happened when he painted them. But no, these guys are looking good. I love those. The helmets almost give them a bit of a headsman kind of feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, looking good, Mike. Nice work.
Just that frown.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Oh, that's
all?
it. That's all. No. Cool. No, thank you, everybody. So those minis were all from the Painting Happy Little Minis. I'll find the camera in a minute. It's right there. Look at it. The Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group. So if you are a member, make sure you're posting photos of the work that you're doing. And if you're not and you'd like your miniatures featured on the program, come along and join us. So head to Painting Happy Little Minis on Facebook, click Join Group, and one of us will admit you.
I believe Leona chooses the minis every, Wednesday?
Yes.
Yep.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. So if you want to have them in the show, make sure you...
Chris says that he painted that rat with his color blindness glasses. It's the first
cool.
time he'd used them.
How did they go, Chris? You need to tell us all in the chat. If not, maybe we should have a phone call and find out how they're doing, or if we could patch Chris in during the show next week. Yeah, we could try and organize that. That'd be pretty cool. That would be nice.
Almost done with the difficult part of the and I like immediately like grabbed it away from where you could actually see. But the difficult part of the tail, I can try. It's all angles because it's not the flipped up part.
Nope.
Here we go. So you can see throughout here, all that is now. Oh, no. Haha. There we go. So the top part of the tail, which is curved upwards and at a really funky angle, like everything with this miniature. That is pretty much almost done. And then I will just have the underbelly to do, which looks so plain and sad right now, other than the little bit on his chest. But that means I'm pretty much done with all of the spikes that have been terrorizing me. So much.
That's cool.
Has anyone else painted this dragon? I feel like someone should post what they've done. That's not been what I've been doing.
Right.
How did you handle the spikes? Did you just dry brush them and make your life easy? I feel like that's what everyone else did.
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody else did. I'd bet money on it. But you don't learn, right? If you don't
I
try,
did. I
if you
learned
don't
lots of
experiment.
things. I learned
Yeah.
important things about how to paint gemstones and what I like and what I don't like, and yeah. So we'll see how that finishes up. And I still have to add some more shading and stuff. Really my plan of action has just been contrast.
Right.
And then more. Even
More
when I think I'm
contrast.
done. Make it as shiny looking as possible. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because it been going.
It's been a thing.
Making it happen.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
I'm painting some fire now.
Fire seems
Wow,
so
that looks
relaxed.
pretty good on screen. If
Doesn't
we could
it?
just leave it like that, it'd be fine. That'd be good.
Everything looks so much better on the camera. It just picks up like the nicest bits of everything.
Yeah. But yes, so I started with the bright yellow, some yellow mixed with some white in there for the closest parts, and now I'm working my way out through the red. I'll probably take this out to, yeah, it's just like a deep red out on the ends. I've got a, that's the assembly and sort of instruction guide from the box set.
I was gonna be like, you got a cheat sheet?
Yeah.
You over there cheating, Dave?
I sure am. But it has a cool picture of him on the cover.
There's no such thing as cheating.
No.
Unless you literally just take it off the shelf and be like, I painted this.
When somebody else did.
And then that's
Yeah.
not cheating. That's just lying.
Exactly. So, no, I'm just using the available tools. But yeah, it's quite cool. So he has a furnace in his belly. That might be one of his curses. I'm not sure.
How, like, it amazes me because, like, it's like, thrice cursed. But then you meet the guy and you're like, so which part is the curses? And which part is just you?
Just you hanging out, chilling. Well, not chilling, with this big fire in his belly, but...
That seems uncomfortable, but also, like, I get cold very easily, so...
So you're thinking that maybe if you're a slightly demonic...
That might not be a
for that?
curse. That might... I have a heated blanket that I have at home. And right now it's folded away because it's summertime, so I don't typically need it in the summer.
It's like 95 degrees today.
But yeah, in the wintertime, I am all about my heated blanket.
That's fair.
If we were pandemicking in the wintertime, you would just see me wrapped in blanket.
In blankets.
Yeah.
We'll save that for later in the year.
I just come in, plug the blanket in.
That would be cool. There we go. Oh. Brian's an ombre of fire. Oh. Did she just gonna play the blessings of chaos to an electric blanket?
Maybe.
Quite possibly,
If it's a
Spider-Man.
blessing, I feel blessed in my blanket.
Yeah.
Hashtag it. It's fine.
All good. Now the tough part is, so it has like a big steel grate sort of clamped over his belly, and the fire is inside it. So painting the fire first might not have been the best idea, but we'll see.
See, I feel like painting the fire first means that since the grate is going to be darker,
Yeah,
then it would be better to paint the lighter thing first.
that's what I was thinking. But now I get to go through and sort of pick out the grate sort of through the fire. And then it'll be like, well, I guess maybe if some of it is sort of red hot and or reflecting some of the light from the fire, it won't be as much of a problem. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm just over here like I am almost done
You're almost done?
with this tail. Not the dragon.
Okay.
I'm almost done with the spines on the inside of this.
Cool.
And then I can do the spines on the outside.
That is good.
Then Dobby will be free.
I think as people can tell, we're painting models that we've been working on, or at least projects that we were working on for the last... When did we start doing it from home? Was it April?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
It was before I got the cat. And the cat was born in April.
Yep. So April, May, June, July. So it's like 4.5 months.
Yeah. But I've only been working on the dragon pretty much on stream.
Oh yeah.
So Byron says, how did I paint the chest? That's just dry brushed with lots of blending.
Lots of dry brushing?
If I can find the camera. There we go. So just blending and dry brushing, starting from the dark and building up to the light color.
Cool.
No. No. Yes. So, same thing I've been doing with all of his spines to make them have that really glowy, kind of shiny look. I really like how they're looking on his tail. You can't really see it very well because his tail is all curled up. There we go. Yeah. When I paint the other side of it, though, it should be a nice flash of bright, like we should get a lot of highlights on this bit coming up, so.
Cool.
I've been trying to paint all of the pain in the butt things first so that I can be done with them.
That's a good approach, I think.
So.
Definitely cool.
I like to think it's a good approach.
There we go. So now I'm at the stage where I'm going to go through and I'm going to paint everything that isn't the skin or the fire. I'm going to paint it black, just so I know where everything is and can go through and work out if I want to paint it silver or brass or do like a blue for like a denim blue kind of thing for his pants. And then I think after that, once I've got all those things done, I'll come back and then do that final sort of the bruising that I was talking about before with the yellows and greens kind of worked in. So.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Almost done with the tail. Almost.
Almost done.
So close. So far. And you'll notice I don't have any like really shiny, like bright highlights that you would expect to have on gemstones. That's because I tried it and it just looked really cartoony and not what we were going for.
Right.
So I got rid of them.
I think if you hit just the spines with a gloss varnish, that'll give you sort of a similar feel.
Effect. Yeah, I think that's a very good idea.
It'll take you won't have to sort of hit a precise point and worry about things being too big.
Because they're all kind of poking different directions and.
Yeah. It'll work. I think it'll be okay.
It looked good on a singular one if it was just like a singular gemstone.
Right.
But it just kind of looked cartoony.
It's not. That's cool. But I was going to say I'm not sure what we'll be painting next week.
Yeah.
Do we know at all, Leona? No. Nope, we don't know.
I mean, I still have minis up my sleeves.
I was thinking it might be cool at some stage over the next few weeks if we painted up the sort of the latest WizKids set.
Oh, yeah.
Like their replacement, well, the change up for the paint night.
Oh yeah.
So that. Cool. But I think that'll be neat. That's coming? Cool. Excellent. Just to see how they've done that. And no doubt. Because I think they're still working those out with our friend Jason from Realmsmith. So very cool to see what colors he has suggested and used for the official scheme that of course we'll then go and mess with because we're like that.
It's called Artistic Liberties.
Fun? Artistic?
Yeah.
Artistic license?
Yeah.
Cool. One thing I'm just doing here quickly, you can see I've got a larger brush out is I'm just hitting a lot of the larger areas that need to be painted black there without going too close to the fleshy color. But if I could do that sort of slapping around pretty quickly, it'll save me a bunch of time when I'm on painting everything black. Now I can just go back in and sort of, I guess, almost draw the lines.
Okay.
Draw the line along that edge. So as if I was inking a comic book before the colorist came through.
Jason says
Yeah.
WizKids also has the new Magic the Gathering series.
Oh, wow.
I did not know they were making minis for Magic the Gathering. Or they
Yeah.
did.
Interesting.
Shows how much I know.
Oh, and I missed that earlier. Sorry. Songi, I stepped away. Did I miss some blanket statements? Yes. I'll have to, find out some more information about the Magic the Gathering series. But Byron suggested painting up some Song of Ice and Fire. I saw that just recently the Zorse Riders,
Ooh.
the Bloody Mama's Zorse Riders. So they're basically riding zebras.
That's cool.
Yep. But I guess in the world of Westeros, they're known as Zorses. But they do look quite cool. So I think we could paint some of that. We could paint some of the... I think there have been more releases for the Baratheons. Yeah, lots of options there. That's a good choice. I like that one. Oh, there we go. It's kind of fun still finding the right place to be painting, to hold it.
I forget that I should be doing that.
Well, we just spent the last 5 months not worrying about it, not worrying about an overhead cam at all. So I think we're doing okay. Doing all right. Settling back in. There we go.
Gonna do some of my painting yoga is what it feels like, trying to get the last bits.
Right.
I am using the same colors that I've been using for the whole dragon. So I've been using livery green, jade green, both by Game Color, foul green, and then I've been going in with flat green from Vallejo and dark sea blue from Vallejo as my darker greens.
Yep. That dark sea blue is really cool. I like that color. Quite a lot.
And that's been kind of my go-to for this whole shebang.
All right.
So, but you can see angling him. There we go. That nice little highlight at the tip of the tail, making it look like a
Oh, wow. Yeah.
nice little gemstone there. Part of that might just be the wet paint. We'll see how that dries.
That looks dangerous.
But, so now pretty much all on the back of the dragon is done. And then I'm going to go to down the belly. And
Then the
it's
wings.
coming together. It's coming together.
It is indeed.
I will be free of the Emerald Dragon. I need to know, whoever gets this after we do the giveaway, I need to know what you use it for. I feel like it's kind of had a personality of its own throughout this whole adventure. And I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Curious what becomes of him. I want to know.
You know, the stories of its
Yes.
foul adventures. I think that'd be good. That's a good idea. Oh my goodness. This guy has all sorts of pistons across his body, and I don't know exactly what they do. Which is kind of frightening.
That
There
he
we
just
go.
has so many?
Hmm?
That he just has so many?
Yeah. I mean, there's around the two, so it has his main head in the front,
Mm-hmm.
but the head to his left has, so this one here has a row of pistons underneath the head. So I'm sure that those ones there will move the head around. But I think the one on the right has the pistons as well. But so I wonder if they're actually alive. Those heads are alive, or if they're just being moved around by something else.
That's mildly terrifying. Okay.
It is, isn't it? Speaking of mildly terrifying,
Yeah.
have you been watching Lovecraft Country?
I have
At all?
not, but I heard it's really good.
It is. It is very cool.
I heard it's something that I would probably be really into.
Yep.
But no, I have not sat down and actually tried watching it yet. I did get a chance to play along the spooky theme. I got a chance to sit down and play Alice is Missing.
Okay.
Yeah, that RPG that came out, there was like a whole Kickstarter and everything. Yeah, a friend of mine, he backed the Kickstarter and he got it and he sat down with us and we played it. And oh my goodness, that was, I mean, it was heavy, don't get me wrong. Like, I will flat out say, if you're the kind of person who doesn't like heavy, darker themes, I mean, it has a wonderful system set up so that if there is something that, you know, hits a little too close to home or anything like that, you can flip an X over and, you know, you can kind of mold the game to back out of the darker topics, which I thought was very lovely. But if you are the kind of person who likes heavier, emotionally provocative games, it was, it was just an experience, because you have the music in the background and everything is timed, so it's only going to take, you know, like an hour or so to play. And having the clock timing and the music, which is set up to change depending on what time it is, you know, it's all interwoven together to have this RPG experience.
Right.
And I mean, it was really interesting. It's silent. It's all done over text messages, or we actually switched it over to Facebook Messenger because we were having problems with everyone getting on the Wi-Fi and whatnot, and text messages were taking a while to go through. So we did it on Facebook Messenger, made a little group chat. And I mean, once it gets going, it really does pick up, and it's completely silent the whole time. You're just going through chat, RPGing in character, and then you have these cards, which you don't know what's on the cards.
Okay.
So they are all set at different times, and when the timer hits that point, you flip over your card, and that's your new part of the story that you have to weave into your text messaging.
Oh, wow, okay.
And weave into that RPG. And it does a very good job of giving you lots of freedom with the RPG while also guiding you through that story. to where you don't really know how the story is going to end up, even if you've played the game before.
Right.
I think out of everything, the heaviest, hardest hitting thing, which was just, as I said, it is an emotionally there game.
Okay.
I try to be very like forefront with that. I don't want you to go into it thinking that it's not something that's going to sit with you, because it is about a girl who is missing in a small town.
Okay.
And at the beginning of the game, based on the character you are playing, everyone steps out of the room where they can't be heard and leaves a voicemail for the missing girl.
Okay.
And after you play through the whole entire game, and you find out what happened to the girl, which can be different things depending on the game, because it's remember, it's partially random because you're pulling cards. So you don't know. And after the entire end of the game, when the time's up, whether or not you find the girl, whether or not she's alive, whether or not other people in the party are alive, you listen as a group to those voicemails you left in character.
Wow.
And it was basically like being on an episode of your favorite crime show.
Right.
And was just very interwoven. Things that, certain characters get told that they're in a fight, right? And I'm just pulling things
Okay.
up. None of these
Sure,
are
yeah.
spoilers. Certain characters, because you come up with your secret. You come up with what you were doing with the girl before she left. You come up all that yourself,
Yep.
and that guides your voicemail. So my voicemail, I had decided we were two high school girls. We went out and we got drunk. I was drunk when she went missing. So I left a voicemail being drunk at a party asking where she was.
Right.
And being like, oh, girl, you can't leave me at this party, blah, 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 giggling and all that. I told her she couldn't leave me with a drink to myself. And then later on in the game, I find by pure happenstance, I found a drink that she had left behind. That was one of my clues.
Right.
And so it kind of all came full circle, and it was very well done, well put together.
Awesome.
And I appreciated that for people who, might get in a little over their head with some of the themes and topics, they
Right.
did have an out there
Sure.
that you were able to do. So 10/10, very fun game, would play again.
What's it called?
It's called Alice is Missing.
Alice is Missing.
And
Wow, okay.
there is a Kickstarter for it. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Yo, you got it? It's by Renegade, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
And
10
Hunter
out of 10.
Entertainment did Kids on Bikes, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, they did.
cool.
Same people that did Kids on Bikes. I would totally, if I could figure out a way to do a playthrough for you guys, I totally would. I don't know how to get that same kind of vibe, though, of everyone in dead silence
Yeah.
sitting. And then I pulled a card that were like, the lights go out, so turn off all the lights. So then we're just sitting in the dark with a lone candle and this music playing. So if Leona can brainstorm a way to figure it out, then we should do a playthrough. But it's definitely, like, Halloween is coming up. And guys, if you are the kind of person who likes spooky stories in the dark with all your friends, do it. Get the
Right.
game.
Cool. That sounds wild.
The leaving of the voicemails is
Is the fun part?
it's both fun and, like I said, it's an emotional heavy hitter. Like,
Right. Yep. Excellent. That's cool.
you play any fun games?
We haven't played any games that are that intense.
It's not really for younger children.
No.
That's not a young kid game. I will caveat that. Don't play this with your children unless your children are all of age and consenting.
We did play a game of incubation
Oh, with the dragons?
last night with dragons. Yep. So and it's always funny to watch my daughters and see which objectives they start to focus on, and when they realize that they haven't been playing well enough to towards the objective, and they kind of got a little bit scattered. So it's kind of fun to see that.
I'm sure. And I mean, your girls were still young.
They are. But no, it was good. A lot of fun. And actually, last Thursday night, I played a game of Warhammer 40,000.
Oh.
Like physical, like in the flesh, but distant from somebody. We played with our masks on and that sort of thing, but we got to play a game of 9th edition, which was really nice. To learn some things and get some stuff wrong, and
it's the perfect time to learn a thing right now.
yeah, exactly. But no, it was great. It was very cool. My opponent, Robert, I haven't played against him for quite a while. I think we were going to play. We had a game scheduled like in March, but that was cancelled. And yeah, so it's almost been like 8 or 10 months since I played against him. So
wow.
Definitely fun to catch up.
I've just been cleaning.
Fun?
I said I've just been cleaning for the past 2 weeks. I haven't done anything fun.
Yep.
I'm excited though. Get the house ready for company to come over once there's.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, once we can.
Yeah.
It'll be so clean though. I can't go running still since I broke my foot.
Right.
So I've just had nothing else to do, and I lack the ability to sit still for long periods of time. So
You really do need to meet my daughter, Lucy. You guys have a lot in common. But yeah. I think it's great you've been able to turn that energy into cleaning, though.
Well, you know, with my house, there's always something to clean. I can't sword fight. Can't sword fight with a broken foot.
Yep. There we go. Oh, just looking at just looking at some. No, sorry, just looking at some of the comments. Yep, Sunky says no pressure, Leona. Coming up with a way to do the run through of Alice's missing playthrough. Yep. And Byron says if Leona can't, no one can.
I tried to think of ways to accomplish that. I haven't yet in my noggin.
Right. That's great. I'm going to pop this guy on the spinner so we can see how he looks. Okay. Almost there we go. Yeah, he's like, the light's quite intense on him there, but when we come around, we'll see. Yep, that fire's looking pretty good, I think. I think what I'll probably end up doing as well is, once I've finished everything, I'll probably go back onto the part of his belly where the fire is sort of flaring up over it, and I'll darken that up a little bit, maybe mix it a little bit black.
All right.
And gray, so where it's starting to kind of singe, I think that'll look good. But yeah, one of the advantages of going through and painting it, like at this stage and painting everything else black, is that you get to find out where all those little bits and pieces are, particularly on a model like this, which has got a lot of plugs and cables and cords and that sort of thing running through the flesh. But yeah, very excited to get this guy Get this guy finished this week. And that will have all, I will have all of the MALIFAUX infected from this set painted. Hooray!
I'm just gonna finish this. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get
think you
there with
will.
this guy.
I have every faith.
He will look nice. All contrasty. Without contrast paints. Something else I could have probably used to make my life easier.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
I don't think the colors would have been as saturated.
No.
And I
It would
think-
have been quite different. Jason has just popped into the comments that WZK 90177 to 86. So I'm guessing it's 90177 to 90186. The Magic the Gathering minis that WizKids have on the way. If anybody is interested. So you can check those out, I'm guessing, on the WizKids site. Or punch those into your favorite search engine and see what pops up. So I think it'll be quite interesting. Time we got 3:48. I am not going. Pardon?
No, painting minis forever.
Close that whenever we like.
Nah.
I think that's the other thing. We've been getting used to like an hour and a half show.
I know, that's what I realized.
Back to a 2-hour show. It's all freaking us out. Well, freaking me out, for sure. Of course, Gretchen is just taking it all in her stride.
I'm just like, this is fine. This is good.
I'm
This
fine. I'm
is.
gonna pay this back.
Listen, I got so much of this dragon done. I could probably actually finish him up next time.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe. You were gonna have him done today. What are you talking about?
But he's looking really good so far. He's actually, now that I got all of these spikes complete,
Yeah.
that makes him look so much more coherent. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for the wings.
Yeah.
I didn't think that far ahead. I thought, man, these spikes should be gemstones, and I made my bed.
No, that was it.
That was it. Dave is most of my impulse control. Actually, no, that's a lie. Dave's an enabler. Leona is most of my impulse control.
That's fair.
All right, but yeah, should we close out? Are you ready?
Sure. Yeah. Oh,
We were so
Spider-Man
happy to be back in the studio.
Spider-Man
lost
says,
track
"What was
of
the
time.
owner and Dave's prediction last week on the finish time of the dragon?" I think we said, yeah, when we were talking with Jeff and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we predicted. I thought I said like 6 hours or something.
6 hours total painting, or
Yeah, because
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sure it's way more than that.
I've only been painting during the show,
Okay.
and I haven't been like speed painting like I typically
Yeah.
do. So, I've probably been doing like the normal amount that a person would paint on a mini.
Right.
It
It
just seems longer.
Just feels like it's forever.
Yeah, because we're typically I either complete it during the show or I bring home something uncompleted.
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, now I was set to normal human standards.
Awesome.
But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us back in
Yeah.
the studio behind the glass. I feel like there's some kind of pun there. Can you do it? Can you do it?
Probably shouldn't do that again. There's a crack I'm hearing.
It
I don't want to break it.
shatters. We appreciate y'all joining us both on Hobby Hangouts and Painting Happy Little Minis every Thursday at 2. You can, it streams on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, I think that's it. I think that's all. I wanted to say Twitter, but I was like, that's not a streaming service.
No, Twitter is not a streaming service.
We do have a Twitter, though. Game Trade Media does have one, and you can follow us on Facebook to watch all the shows. They're all listed there and on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Yes. And
Or at least on YouTube, for sure.
at least on YouTube, yes. And the Painting Happy Little Minis page, which is where my brain jumped to.
Sure. That's on Facebook.
That is on Facebook, and that's where you post your minis if you want us to have them on the show. So make sure you like all of those. Join all the communities. Do it.
Join all the things. Give all the thumbs up.
And there's going to be a giveaway.
There will be a giveaway.
I remember. Not the dragon. One that is going to be on the Painting Happy Little Minis page.
Yep.
Join our community. We give away stuff, and we like talking to people. Leona's like, I'm going to gift that weird face.
Yeah. Excellent.
But that's it. That's all I have. Do you have anything to add?
No. Thanks for bearing with us and
Yeah.
getting us back into the rhythm. I think
That was not rhythm, but it's okay.
that was so far from rhythm. So far. I was about to say I don't have a lot of rhythm, but
Could have been a drummer if I wanted to be. No, I couldn't
You
have.
couldn't
My
have been.
mother would never have let me be a drummer.
Cool.
Too loud a racket.
Yeah. But no, that's it. I think
All right.
we're all good to go.
Well, that's our show. We'll see you next Thursday on Painting Happy Little Minis. I'm Gretchen.
I'm Dave. Bye.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.